We're in Scotland at Knockhill race circuit for round 6 of the 2012 Maxxis British Drift Championship. Being one of the most challenging courses that we've had all season, the daunting hill is a great course to separate our champions from everyone else. So, let's go drifting. And it's a shame it's the last round because we've had such an exciting and thrilling season here at the BDC.
Christian Lewis has absolutely annihilated Mark Huxley in that last run. Putting the power down, Shane O'Sullivan. Look at the speed as they go around the first section. Shane O'Sullivan takes the win. Brian Egan takes the win. Matt Camplin making a huge error on that first corner. Stephen Moore is all over Paul Smith. Stephen Moore takes the win at round 2. Owen Taylor takes the win. Christian Lewis in the Nissan Skyline, and he has spun on the first corner. Mark Looney making a huge error there coming into the last section. Shane O'Sullivan takes the win again. Jay White sticking to all the lines. Kevin Corsia stuck to the lines, giving him the win. First corner to go. Shane Lynch ever so close there and couldn't carry the drift on, putting all 4 wheels off the track. And that gives Paul Smith that #1 on the podium. This is fantastic driving from both drivers. Look how close they are around this final corner. Frederick Asbo takes that #1 on the position.
So for the final tech feature, I want to tell you a little something about tyres. Some people ask me, did they put something on the tyres to make them smoke more? The basic answer is no. This is the MAZ1 drift tyre. It's based on the MAZ1, but this is a little bit different. Every tyre in the British Drift Championship has to be E-marked, which means it's a road legal tyre. And where the major factors come into this tyre is the tyre wall. They put a high B filler into the tyre wall, and basically what that is a lot of metal strands giving it more rigidity. And more rigidity is really important when it comes to drifting, because as they transition from left to right, the tyre isn't shifting from left to right off the rim, which gives you more grip and produces more heat, and by producing more heat, gives you more smoke. So that's it. They don't put anything on the tyres. It comes down to the technical things in the tyres that make it smoke more, and this is exactly what they use.
With the championship coming to a close, we concentrate on one Super Pro driver. It's that close at the top. All this driver needs is the 3 points in qualifying or more to secure that all-important Super Pro title.
Paul, it's been a great season for you so far. You're leading the Super Pro class. How does it feel to be here today?
It's good to come in with a lead, but it gives me a bit more pressure, added on my shoulders. With these conditions as well today, anything can happen. It is a lottery out there. Plus, I'm not driving my own car as well today. My car broke yesterday in practice. So I've driven the car before at Teesside, but never in the wet, and it's an animal.
And there are the all-important Super Pro results for qualifying. Steve Moore in first with 85 points, Barry Leonard in second with 84 points, and Mark Looney in third with also 84 points. And then Paul Smith, qualifying 10th, gives him enough points just to secure the championship. And the semi-pro qualifying results look like this, with Owen Taylor in first with 78 points, Ian Rutherford in second with 77 points, and Kirsty Widrington in third with 76.
Obviously, yesterday it was dry, today it's coming down with rain. What's the difference like?
Yesterday was slightly scary. Today is petrifying. There is absolutely no grip whatsoever out there. I've been in the kitty litter quite a few times this morning, It's just trying to find that happy place with the car. Tyre pressure obviously is really crucial out there, and you're having to use the wand a hell of a lot to slow yourself down.
And how is the car feeling today?
Amazing, yeah, the car is... I'm really at one with the car now. I'm happy with it. A shame it's the last round, but hey, next year, bring it on.
Are you confident for today then?
It's going to be interesting.
Team M&M driver Jay White didn't have the best of starts for the season, but the last 2 rounds have put himself at the top of the table, giving him a good advantage to possibly take the championship.
Jay, you're leading the semi-pro division.
Yep.
Today's the last day. All you have to do is get a good result and you can win the championship.
Yep. It's difficult because of the weather. Yeah, it's tight at the top. Owen Taylor got a few extra points to catch up, so he's 5 points behind, which is really tight again. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
And you're doing well to stay away from the gravel right now?
No, I've been from one end to the other a few times. I'm just trying to get a bigger entry, but it's not quite working out as such. So, but you know, I'm getting there. I'm managing to stay on the track and get a big entry as well.
And here we have the pro qualifying table with Kieran Sinnott all the way up from Ireland with 81 points, James Fuller in second with 81 points, and John Glaister with 78 points in third. And for Team Dory Hero driver Christian Lewis, he's had an absolutely fantastic year with some great results, putting him in first position with only 1 round to go, with 16 points clear of second position.
Chris, you're leading the pro division. How does it feel to be here at Knockhill with a chance to, win the championship?
It's a good feeling. We're just coming here this weekend, hopefully, trying to get some good results out of the car, the setup. Hopefully, I mean, at the minute, the track's really tricky. We're doing as much as we can to get grip levels, and it's really hard work at the minute. The field out there is quite difficult. There's still some good consistent drives and runs going through. So hopefully, if I can pull it through and get through the top 8, I think we've done well and might take the championship. So fingers crossed, really.
Well, Chris, good luck, and we hope to see you on the podium later on.
Hopefully so. Thank you very much.
When we were at Silverstone for round 5, all the drivers were really excited to just get onto the track, and that's even more so here at Knockhill. It really is a driver's favourite track to get on. So let's see how the semi-pros and the pros get on.
So for the first battle for semi-pros, the battle for third and fourth is Ian Waddington versus Lee Barry. Ian Waddington with a very, very early fast initiation, but running slightly wide and putting 2 wheels off the track, causing him to straighten, but Lee Barry goes off track as well and spins, and so does Ian Waddington. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe it. Obviously this is the battle for third and fourth, and the judges don't want to see them do this so far into the round, so it could potentially come down to this final round now, which is where they're going to switch around, and Lee Barry's going to be the lead car and Ian Waddington's going to be the chase car. So very fast off that drag line into the first corner. Some nice angle there from both drivers. Lee Barry looking quite consistent there as they make their way around the first point, but Ian Waddington pushes it out wider to those clipping points, which is what the judges did want to see, giving Ian Waddington a huge advantage and giving him that third spot on the podium. And then finally the battle for the final for the semi-pro class with Martin Mutcher versus Jay Green. So Martin Mutcher is the lead car, Jay Green coming in fast there on the initiation point into the first corner. Loads of grip from that Supra though as he initiates into the second corner. Looking quite fast there, but a bit of a gap created there for Jay Green. So he's going to switch around now, and for battle number 2, Jay Green is the lead car, Martin Mutcher is the chase car. So a big gap there. Look how fast he is down that corner for Jay Green, pushing those limits all the way around the second bend, and loads of angle as Martin Mutcher makes a slight error and goes straight coming into the final bend, which gives Jay Green a huge advantage, giving him that all-important number 1 spot on the podium. And there's the final finishing results with Jay Green in first with 28 points, Martin Mutcher in second with 24, and Ian Waddington in third with 21. And there's the final championship results with Owen Taylor winning the championship in semi-pro class, Jay Green in second and Ian Waddington in third. Okay, moving on to Pro Class now for battle for third and fourth is Christian Lewis versus Alex Law. So into the first corner they go, both looking very fast. Alex Law with a bit more speed there coming into the first corner, catching him up, just letting off the power a little bit, just to allow him to back off the power, but keep the drift in and really good. But Christian Lewis spins and Alex Law just drifts around the back of that bumper, inches away, giving him a huge advantage into the next battle, which is where they're going to switch around. So Alex Law from Team Skid Row is going to be the lead car, Christian Lewis from Dory Hero in the second car. So big initiation there from both drivers, some nice speed and angle, but look how fast Alex Law is down that hill. Lots of grip from those tyres as he spins it round the final corner, pushing out wide, but Christian Lewis spins again, giving Alex Law that all-important number 3 on the podium. So the battle now for the final in the Pro Class, Kieran Sinnott versus Mark Sinnott. Kieran is the lead car, and as they go into the first corner, Mark just puts it out onto the wide, onto that green, and it just spins the car around with no control at all as Kieran successfully drifts around the rest of the track. So it's going to come down to battle number 2. Kieran obviously with a massive advantage into the second battle. So here we go, both drivers looking extremely fast. Kieran is all over Mark as Mark puts 2 wheels off the back, smashing up his back bumper, but keeps the drift on, but that does give a huge advantage to Kieran, giving him the all-important number 1 on the podium in Pro Class, which leaves the final results as this: Kieran Sinnott in first with 31 points, Mark Sinnott in second with 24, and Alex Law in third with 21. And there's the final Pro Championship, Christian Lewis taking the win, Mark Lappage in second, and James Fuller in third.
That's some great drifting we've seen from the semi-pro and the pro classes. Everyone is so desperate to get those points to become champion. And I tell you what, I do not envy the judges' job one bit. So join us after the break when we see the Super Pros take to the stage. Welcome back to part 2. Now we've seen the semi-pro and the pro classes. Now the hill is going to be taken on with cars with up to 1,000 brake horsepower. Yep, it's time for the Super Pros.
Yeah, that's right, Corey, and obviously it's the Super Pros now with James Fuller versus Dan Moorhead. So into the first corner, James Fuller with loads of angle there, very early initiation, with more speed and angle from Dan Moorhead there. As they come down the hill now, again, more snappy and more aggressive than Dan Moorhead. James Fuller puts in an absolutely fantastic first battle. Now it's going to come down to battle number 2. This is where they switch around. Dan Moorhead's going to take the lead car, James Fuller in the second car. So James Fuller with an early initiation again. He is all over Dan Moorhead in that S14 Nissan as they make their way down the hill and round the last corner. James Fuller was all over Dan Moorhead there, giving him the progression into the semi-finals. So the next battle is the next top 8 battle of Remo Neeson against Mark Huxley. Remo Neeson is the lead car from Team Falcon. Mark Huxley in the Corolla with a little bit of an error there as he comes down the hill, slightly straight with not as much angle as Remo in that first battle there, so he will be marked down for that, and it's going to come down to the second battle now. So they're going to switch around. Mark Huxley is known to be driving this hill very, very fast. So into the first corner they go. Nice big initiation there from both drivers as they make their way down the hill. Again, Remo there with a little bit more angle than Mark Huxley, a lot more consistent than Marky was there, so that gives him the progression into the semi-finals. Next battle is Steve Moore versus Matt Carter. Look how much angle they both have into that first corner as they both transition now very close. Matt Carter seems to be all over Steve Moore around the first 2 corners, but looking very consistent there, both drivers, but Matt Carter just pushing Steve Moore along. So here's now battle number 2. They're going to switch around. Matt Carter's looking very fast at the moment. Steve Moore just struggling to keep up, creating a bit of a gap there coming down the hill. You could see Matt Carter how early his transition was compared to Steve Moore, and Steve Moore just sending it a little bit too wide. He will be marked down by the judges from that, and that gives Matt Carter progression into the semi-finals. Okay, going into the semi-finals sees James Fuller, Shane Lynch from getting a bye, Remo Neeson and Matt Carter. So straight into the semi-final battle sees James Fuller and Shane Lynch. So very early initiation there from James Fuller again. Been driving exceptionally well. Remember, he's just a pro driver, eligible to compete in Super Pro today. So he's giving Shane Lynch a definite run for his money, as Shane Lynch is using everything in that V8 twin turbo to try and catch James Fuller up from that very fast entry. Now can he do the same coming into the second battle as he changes position, and James Fuller with exactly the same initiation there with Shane Lynch, and he is all over that S15 as they make their way around the final bends. And James Fuller is looking absolutely fantastic in this, and that gives James Fuller a chance to compete in the final for the Super Pro class. Last semi-final battle sees Matt Carter from Team Falcon against Remo Neeson from Team Falcon. Matt Carter with loads of angle there, but making a slight error, sending him slightly wide and causing him to spin, and Remo Neeson just goes slightly wide, taking avoiding action, and just decides to drive the rest of the track because he knows he's got a big advantage going into battle number 2 now. So a huge advantage for Remo into this one now. They're going to switch around. Remo is the lead car. Matt Carter seems to be all over Remo in that first battle, in that first corner though, as they make their way around the last corner. Matt Carter making a slight error again then, giving massive points to Remo Neeson and puts him in the final against James Fuller. But first though, we're going to see the battle for 3rd and 4th in Super Pro class. Matt Carter versus Shane Lynch. So here we go. Matt Carter is the lead car obviously in the Nissan S14.5. Shane Lynch is behind him in the S15, and Matt Carter spins out, sending it across the grass, skipping across it, just missing that wall, as Shane Lynch consistently just drives the rest of the track, looking really good there. You can see the snappy transition of Matt Carter, and he just couldn't get to grips with the track, causing him to spin and stopping inches away from that wall. There's Matt Carter just getting out of the car, just showing everybody that he's okay. Bit of a showman, Matt Carter. Remember, he's the last year's champion, so he had everything to play for this round. But now it is time to switch around, and Shane Lynch is going to become the lead car now. Can Matt Carter put it as close to Shane Lynch as possible? Seems though he's got everything to play for, but Shane Lynch is using all the power of that twin turbo V8 in that S15 to power it around that last bend, knowing he's got that number 3 position in the bag. So that leaves one battle left, the Super Pro final. James Fuller, just a pro driver, against Remo Neeson. So here we go into the first corner. Nice speed and angle there from both drivers as they make their way down the hill into the second corner. That's where they get the compression, and that's where it makes it difficult for these drivers. But both of them looking very consistent. Remember, James Fuller is just a pro driver, and after finishing in the top 4 at the last round, he's eligible to compete in the Super Pro and has gotten all the way to the final. So big respect to James Fuller. Now they're going to switch around, and here they go over the hill with both exactly the same initiations, but James Fuller coming in a little bit too fast there, sending him slightly wide on the final corner and sending him off the track. He does not want to be doing that in the final, especially against Remo, but an absolutely fantastic day for James Fuller. But Remo Neeson takes that number 1 spot on the podium. So there's the Super Pro results, with Remo Neeson in first with 28 points, James Fuller in second with 24, and Shane Lynch in third with 21. Which leaves the final championship standings looking like this, with Paul Smith from Team Japspeed taking the championship, Steve Moore in second, and Shane O'Sullivan in third.
Paul, congratulations. You've been one of the most consistent drivers here at the BDC. How's it feel? All your work's paid off?
Yeah, it feels fantastic. Like I say, you know, consistency has really paid off this year. You know, we've had, you know, at round 3, I smashed the car up. We got it sorted for round 4 and went and won the event. And today, well, yesterday in practice, the transmission played up. Luckily, Shane lent me his car so I could qualify. Got through into the top 8 today. You know, brilliant.
Do you have any major plans that you're going to do, changes for next season?
Just might aim to get a bit more power out of the car. Just a few little tweaks here and there, but no, it's worked really well this year. You know, obviously there's been a few little issues, but hopefully we'll get them ironed out over the winter and be back next year and go for the number 1 spot again.
Christian, congratulations. It's your first year as a pro driver here, and you've come here, won the championship. How's it feel?
Feels great. Can't have asked for anything more, really. We had a really good season. I think we pulled out first, second, 2 fourths, and then a 16th place. So in all, consistent season. Super Pro next year. See if we can get some sponsorship to help us along with it. If not, we might have to take a year out. So we'll just have to see how that goes.
You competed with some major machines there.
Takes some pedalling, I'll say least. A lot of technical driving involved to get it to do what it needs to do. But any good driver can do it. But I think Super Pro's another level. You know, it's the highest level of UK drifting you can actually get into. So
a lot of hard work over the close season for you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day.
Take care.
Owen, this morning you were second in the league table. The day's gone by and now you're a champion. How's it feel?
Amazing. I had a bit of a bad morning because it had rained on the track and it was really slippy, and I actually went in the gravel a couple of times, so I didn't think I was going to do any good, and then I got knocked out in the top 8. So I mean, coming into the championship this weekend, it was anyone from about 1st to 6th could win it, so it was anyone's game. Yeah, pros next season.
So that's a big jump as well. Is there going to be a lot of work that you're going to have to do to the car?
It'll need more power, definitely. It's quite low power. It's only about 300 brake horse now. Some of those boys are running about 600 brake, so it'll definitely need more power.
Well, congratulations.
Cheers very much.
So there we have it. What a great way to end the season here at Knockhill. Everyone has enjoyed themselves thoroughly, some maybe a bit more than others. Ain't that right, Anthony?
Yeah, that's right, Corin. Obviously, we've got the 3 championship winners from all 3 classes, so big congratulations to them. But also, we had the drivers coming over from Ireland, from Netherlands. You know, we had Remo win the actual day. So, you know, it's been a really good finish to the 2012 Maxxis British Drift Championship, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has. And that's all that we've got time for in 2012. But make sure that you log on to the BDC Facebook page or Twitter to keep up to date with everything that's going on about British drifting. That's all for this year, but remember,